welcome back, Chattanooga, to What's Happening in Your Neck of the Woods with your talk show host, Dr. Elenora Woods. I am live and I am ready to get down. Let me tell you, we just have one more week left in this year, and I want to talk about what's going to happen next year. Everybody's like, oh my God, we're getting a new president. Everybody's all in a frenzy. Chill, chill. This is the next episode, and we are getting ready for the next episode. So the question is, what are you doing now? Or what have you been doing to get ready for the new president and the next episode? Let me tell you, I've been busy. I have been busy, and let me tell you, the folks that I know around me have been busy too, because we're not scared. We're not scared. What you scared for? What you scared for? If you are a God-fearing individual and your life is following Christ, and you know that he has you in his hand, what you scared for? He said, who should fear the giants? With God on your side, what is it to fear? So guess what? We are going to embrace 2025. We're going to embrace it with wisdom, and we're going to increase our knowledge in the areas of financial wealth. And we are also going to do a little bit more things as it relates to our community and our people and helping each other along the way. That's what we're going to do. And I said, I was laughing with my engineers earlier before we went on the show. I said, you know what? I may call up Donald Trump and say, what's up? What you got going on? What can we do to empower our people in the community with the plans that you have for us? It's nothing wrong with asking the question so you'll know where you stand. So I seem to think that we all need to pick up our bags, get our pad and our pencil right now, and start making some notes, because we have some things that we have planned for 2025 here with Alton Park Development Corporation, the National Action Network, which we are proud to say we have chartered a new branch, the Chattanooga Scenic City chapter of the National Action Network, right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we are already busy. We have our bank account. We have our 501c3 status with the United States of America, so we are a non-profit charitable organization, and we have our tax-exempt status with the Secretary of State, Trey Hargott. So we are in order, and we are ready to start the show. Now, let me tell you what starting the show means. It means creating activities, programs, seminars, whatever you want to call it, that will empower our people for growth. And one of the things when we did our studies that we found out, and we are following a lot of data that's on the national level, is that we're not prepared for anything. We haven't gotten our finances together. Our credit scores are terrible. Our jobs, we're not saving money. We don't have money to save. We're barely putting food on the table. So what is it that we need to do in order to be ready for 2025 to make it different? There are a lot of things that we need to do. Number one, first of all, is get it right with God. You've got to put him first, because he's the one that's going to give you the tools that you need and guide your footsteps in the right direction. So if you start off by yourself, you may be going down the wrong road anyway. So let's get him first and let him be the captain of the ship, and we follow his guideline. Then once you do that, once your house is in order with God, then you can start working on your family. And that means, what can I do for my family? One family at a time, we can overcome all of our obstacles and challenges. And what does that mean? We've got to find out what it is that makes America tick. Some people don't even know what makes America tick. Some people say, oh, we know what makes it tick: money. Okay, well, if money is all that makes it tick, and if you could just go out and get a good job and make it, a lot of people are working every day. They make good money, but they're still not into where they need to be in order to be successful. So we're going to talk about in 2025, what are the keys to success? So don't you all start missing my series on the keys to success. What is it that you have to do to get yourself lined up so that you'll be successful? And I will give you one hint. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that your credit is ready. We're going from what we call a cash society to a paper society. That means you won't any longer need to worry about the Benjamin Franklins and the other dollars that we carry in our pockets. If your credit score is messed up, you will be definitely counted out going forward from 2025 and further, unless you got all money. I'm talking about thousandaires now. I'm talking about the multimillionaires. I'm not even talking about the millionaire, meaning $1 million people. I'm talking about the multimillionaires and the billionaires who are out there. They may have a little wiggle room, but if you're still on the hundredaire, the thousandaire, and maybe the one millionaire role, you got to get yourself together, because it's going to be extremely hard as we move into what we call Trumponomics. And sometimes people have no pity because they feel like they worked hard, or however way they've gotten to where they've gotten, that they feel entitled to have what is that they have. So now what do we need to do to get some of that, what they've got? So I just gave you the first tip, and that is get your house in order with God. And then 2, get your family ready by getting your credit scores together. So we play around with the credit, but I'm telling you, this society is going to depend on your credit. I don't care how much money you got. If your credit is tore up from the floor up, you are going to have a very difficult time making it in society. So next year in 2025, and I want you all to make sure you're tuned in next week as we give you the dates of these seminars, because you want to be present, at least present on our yard stream, so you can write down the notes from what we're telling you about how do you get your scores up. And so some people say, well, what does my credit score need to be? Well, if you want to borrow money and you want to borrow it without a whole lot of issues, it needs to start off being at least 720. And if you want to start making even more bigger loans, I would call it, or better money, it needs to be 800 or better. We are going to have the expert at our seminars teaching you how to get your credit. And that doesn't mean paying a whole lot of money to anybody. It's free. It's going to be free. How do you get your credit score raised up to 720 without paying these people that say they repair your credit all this money every month, and it only goes up a few, and then it knocks back down after you stop paying attention in a month or two? So what do you need to do to get your credit score ready for, I will call it, our 2025 season, or I call it Donald Trumponomics? We are ready to embrace Trumponomics, and we want to embrace it, and we want to be empowered through our knowledge. God says, my people will perish because of the lack of knowledge. So it's only because you don't have the knowledge that you're struggling every day, and we're going to empower you with this knowledge. Number 2, what can we do to get ourselves in a position where we're not going from job to job? So we're going to talk to you about getting your, I call it, your own business. Because that is where it is. Now, everybody can have a business. We're told some people have to work. Well, that may be true, but we're going to talk to you about how do you get yourself prepared where you have an EIN number, where you can get what we call credit on your business, not on your personal Social Security number. Because when things happen to you, sometimes it happened to your personal Social Security number, because everything is linked to your Social Security number, and you just end up failing in general. So moving the credit information from your personal Social Security number to your business, we call it EIN, and getting your DUNS number set up to get credit for your business is where it is. Now, I know people say, where did this information come from? We have the experts. that have trained not only me, but millions of other people out there on what to do to claim your business and your business credit scores. And when your business starts to fail, how do you move from one business to the other? People laugh about Donald Trump, and some of the failures that he's had in his companies. But really and truly, he may be one of the smartest men we know, or at least his advisors are some of the smartest people we know, because we have tapped into some knowledge that will blow your mind. I don't want to give it all away today because I'm not the expert in that area. But once you have the logarithmic, the logistics and the logarithm on how to succeed in life in America, you'll never fail. And that means even if your business fails, you will still be successful, because we're going to show you how. So stay tuned for that. When we come back next week, we will have the actual dates. And I can tell you January the 8th is going to be the first of 2025 of how to repair your credit scores without paying money, how you do it yourself, and how you make sure that you move your credit score from the fives. Some people have fours and the 400s, the fives and the six. The six start getting a little bit better, but it still ain't good enough. Into 720, where the banks start looking at you serious and you're not needing a cosigner, as they say. And most people are not cosigning anymore. So how do you become independent and economically independent, where you can take care of yourself and your family? Is really going to rely upon your credit score and you having the ability to move some of the issues that you're dealing with on your personal Social Security number to a business that is a legitimate business. Okay, it may not be doing great, it may be selling lemonade, I don't know, but it'll be a legitimate business, and build your credit score up with your business. I don't want to give it all away because I'm so excited about. I've attended the first intro, and my mind, and I've been in business 35 years, and I've done a whole lot of things. I've taken benefits from the tax loopholes and all of that stuff as a business owner, and still, with that introductory session that I had, that you all will have privy to on January the 8th. So set your calendar and we'll send you the links. We're going to give you information at the end of the show on how you can get involved with getting your credit score prepared. And I want you all to write that link down, or at least record it somewhere where you can be tuned in to that session on January the 8th. And every month for the next 6 months, on the 8th of every month, we will have this seminar. The dates may change because we may end up having 2 seminars in every month. But for right now, it's on the 8th of every month, and we'll get you all plugged into that. This gentleman is a doctor. He's an expert in math. He's a mathematician. He is a guru with health, financial wealth, and health with your credit. And I cannot wait to introduce you all. We're going to bring him on live as well so that he can talk to you about what you need to do. I'm going to save that because I'm not the expert, but I am benefiting from these experts. And what did my daddy always say? If you don't know something, get with somebody that does know something and learn from somebody that knows something so you'll know something. Did y'all get that? If you don't know something, get with somebody that does know something so you can learn something. You got that? So we're going to be learning something from somebody that already knows something so that we can be empowered. So that's the first thing that we're going to do, is get our finances together. And then thirdly, second thing we're going to do. And then thirdly, what we're going to do is begin to pour into our businesses. We're going to support one another. We have to do that. We have to do that. Why do we have to do that? Because in the Black community, in the African-American community, 95 or more % of our income that comes into our household goes right back out the door, and it does not return to our community. That's why we keep getting broker and broker and broker and needier and needier and needier and more depressed and more distressed, because we don't have institutions that are supported because we're supporting other institutions. And there's nothing wrong with supporting other institutions. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that because I support other institutions. But you better believe if there's an institution in the African American community that's providing good care and good services, I will be there at that door. Why? Because it's all about making sure everybody survives. Not just Black folks survive. We want to make sure white folks survive. We want to make sure our Hispanic friends, every brown culture survives. Every Asian culture survives. But it's a shame. It is a shame when the only culture that is dying in this America looks like me. It looks African Americanish, right? So we've got to change that around. And when we all are surviving, I believe that this country burden will be lifted. And we're going to help you all get there because we're going to empower you through our, I call them our seminars and our empowerment courses that we're going to be providing starting in 2025 on January the 8th. So you all make sure you all get this information today from us on how to get LinkedIn so you won't be left out. Get LinkedIn so you won't be left out. And I have a few people I want to thank. I want to thank Cheryl Huff from Nashville, Tennessee. She's one of my new friends that I've met in this empowerment move. And she has really, really put me into contact with some very powerful people. I know a lot of powerful people, but to be and hooked in with even more powerful people gives us an opportunity to do it even better. So I want to thank her personally for that. I want to thank all of my friends who are working together with us now with the National Action Network. I am the charter president of this branch here, and we are moving. We are moving, you all, and I want you all to move with us. And I say that, and I gave a little shout out to the National Action Network because it is a community civil rights organization, and we thrive that way. We thrive that way, but we are not with the foolishness. So don't bring us the foolishness because we don't have time. Y'all, we've got to get it together. In 2025, we have got to get it together. Drop all the heavy weight and the heavy burdens because we don't have time to carry extra coals, extra sacks of coal. We don't have time for that. We did that in all in 2024. We did it all in 2023, 22, 21, as far back as we can remember. We got to let the sack of coal sit down on the side of the road. We don't have time. We have got some work to do, and we are going to do it, and we're going to be empowered. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, the information, who do you call? 423-713-7613 or info@apdc98.org on how you can participate in these growth empowerment seminars and wealth seminars for 2025. And I can tell you that we are moving fast. We have a bunch of shakers and movers that are with us, and we are taking them all the way to the bank because we're going to do some cashing in. We're going to do some cashing in. So I thank you all for the past years of support, and we have definitely got to get even better at giving support. Alton Park Development Corporation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It is the only community development corporation that is Black owned. I said I'm going to say what it is. It's not just minority owned. It's Black owned and operated in Hamilton County. And that means a lot because the last time I checked with my data that I have, Black folks are suffering. We are suffering pretty bad. And it's time that we get off the pot, y'all, and change the scenario. We have to change the scenario. And the only way we can change the scenario is to support community development corporations like Alton Park Development Corporation to bring you what you need so you can get off the pot and do better. Because it's going to come a time, if you think it's bad, it's going to come a time where nobody is going to care. You can already see it happening in your neighborhood. Just open your eyes. Look at what's happening right around the corner from where you live. And if you're not around the corner from where you live, you got a friend, You got a cousin, an auntie, or uncle that lives in that economically depressed community that's suffering right now. And so we have got to do what we need to do to change the scenario. Okay, people, we have got to do that. And we are going to do that. And we're going to do that because if you're dealing with me and the folks that I hang out with, the heavy hitters and the movers and the shakers, we're going to tell you about yourself. We're going to tell you about yourself. We're not going to have any pity parties because we've already had those. We've already had the pity parties now. So now it's what can we do? What can we do to empower you? Where are you? We're going to do a fact check list. We got a whole survey form for you to fill out so that we'll know where we are, where you are, and where we got to start. Some people are going to start at ground zero. They just don't have anything, and some people are going to start somewhere above ground zero. And then there's some that are not doing so bad, but they're one paycheck away from doing bad. And then there's others that are doing pretty okay. Just don't ask them for nothing because what they got is for them and their family. They don't have no extra, okay? So don't call them for nothing. They don't have any extra. And then there's some that have a little bit more and they'll share. They can give a little bit. Just don't ask too many times. And then, and maybe pay that back when you get it, So there's those like that. And then there's some that are more free to give a little bit more and they don't necessarily need it back, but it'd be nice to have it back. And then there's some that they give it freely. They're philanthropists. They're not looking for it to come back. They're probably those percentage of the people that are getting some of the benefits of being in that economic bracket where there may be some tax loopholes for them where they get some write-off. Those are the people that are working with me that want to empower everybody to have a piece of the pie, and some people don't want you to have a piece of the pie. So don't think that everybody's rooting and tooting for you, okay? Because everybody don't want you to have a piece of the pie. There are some folks that are just that bad that they wanted it all for themselves and maybe the few that are with them that have already made it. Then there's some like me, there's some philanthropists like me that want to see you get up and want to see you get mobile and want to see you be a productive citizen and contribute to this great America. That's me. We want to see you contribute to America. We don't want you to continually be, I would call it I'm going to go ahead and say it. We don't want you to continue to be a burden on the society. We want you to do something different that make you a productive citizen so you can be a part of the gang. That's what I call it, a part of the gang, a part of the striving and thriving gang that enjoys success, that enjoys the fruits of your labor, and enjoys having nice holidays and vacations and trips and can give your kids the things that they need, sometimes things that they want. We want you to feel that. I want you to feel that. It's a good feeling. It's a very good feeling. And when you get that good feeling, you don't owe anybody any explanation. Just tell them to look at your story. Look at what you did to accomplish those goals. That's what I do. I just say, don't be mad. Be glad because it's in He that I trust. Remember, that's number one. I put Him first. It is He that I trust, and it's He that have guided me. So if you're going to be mad at Jesus and the Lord Almighty. Don't be mad at me because I'm trying to show you the way, and I'm trying to give you the opportunities through empowering you through education. You have to be educated. Because if you're going to do better, you can't do better not being educated. Okay? So, yes, you're going to go to class. You're going to go to class. And so when we take you to class, you're going to find out that you have been missing out. If you knew this stuff before, you never would have settled for where you are right now. And that's where I'm going to wake you up. In 2025, you're going to come alive. If you just stick with me every day that I come on this show, I'm going to be giving you pearls of wisdom and tips on what you need to do. Now, what you do with it is going to be on you. You can choose to just continue to lay around and feel sorry for yourself, or you can do something about it. you can do something about it. And that's where I am. Even Jesus said that. He even said that. He said, I stand at your door and I knock, but he is not going to knock your door down. He's going to let you open the door and let him in. You got to do that. He also has a parable in the Bible where he says a lazy person, if you tell them it's a job across the street, that they can have plenty if they would just get up and walk across the street, they'll look out the window and they'll say, I would go across the street to get that job at my opportunity, but there's a lion in the middle of the road. I can't get past the lion. So no excuses. That's what he's saying. You know, people that are sorry just they're full of excuses. So we're not accepting excuses. If you're sorry, go ahead and say it now. Say, I'm sorry, and just go ahead and lay down and just take whatever comes to you. And don't blame nobody but yourself, because we are going to give you the tools and the power and the knowledge to be whatever you want to be in life. If you just only get up and walk across the street and don't imagine a lion being in the middle, because we're going to tell you how to get over the lion. We're going to tell you how to step over that too. How about that? How about that? So we want you all to stay engaged and stay focused. Oh, yeah, 2025. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm not, everybody, oh, Donald Trump is the president. What are we going to do? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to be ready for 2025. We're going to get our lives together, and we're going to get our pocketbooks together. We're going to get our credit together. We're going to get our family together. And yes, number one, we're going to get our life together with the Lord so that we can be told what to do and guided the right way. We're going to get wisdom, y'all. We're going to get wisdom. It is wisdom that I pray for. Some people pray for money. I don't pray for money. I said, God, give me wisdom. Because if he gives me wisdom, he's going to show me through the wisdom how to get the money. That's the secret. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're dumb and don't know what to do with it, guess what? It'll go through your pockets like water. You won't even know when you got it and when it left. So you guys, we're going to get ready and we're going to be empowered through wisdom. That's what I need you all to do. And so one thing outside of that we're going to do is we're going to rebirth. We've already done it a little bit, but we're going to fully rebirth the Piney Woods Elementary School. It's historical, and it's one of the last schools that was built during segregation, and it's still standing, and we have repurposed it. Y'all look at that beautiful school. Wasn't that a beautiful? This school was built in 1963. At the height of the civil rights movement. It was also the year that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And you all, I'm telling you, I am so proud. I am so proud to be one of the persons that God has left here to make sure that this institution stays alive and that it continues to do what it did in 63. We're going to continue to do it. How are we going to continue to do what it did in 63? By educating our people and giving them an opportunity to grow and to prosper. That's what we did in 63 in Piney Woods School. And you know what? It's amazing how God will put people in your life. I was at the Esquire Christmas ball because I was one of the board members that was called to duty to be here when we have events. We all kind of rotate. And I was at the Esquire ball. And I ran into Piney Woods School first teachers, Joyce Fletcher. Can you show me a picture of Miss Joyce? Look at her. She's 80, I want to say 87 or 89 years old. And she is one of the first teachers to ever teach here at Piney Woods Elementary School. And I'm telling you, and guess what? She ran into her very first student, Mr. Rodney Billups, who's dressed in the tuxedo over there. He was the first student here at Piney Woods Elementary School in 1963. And Justine Bush, it was then. Now she's Jones. But Justine Bush was also a student here at Piney Woods Elementary School. which brings me to my next subject. Where are you at? We have so many Piney Woods Elementary students that are hanging around Chattanooga, and they really want to be a part of what's going on here. So if you look at that list, the principal, the first principal at Piney Woods was Nell B. Armstrong. Dorothy Jones was the secretary. Then we had Olis Morris, Eunice Rooks, who's 95 years old, Katie Holly Hampton, Joyce Fletcher, who you just saw in the picture, Geraldine Chambers, Lena Cheney, Dorothy Turner, Dorothy Bivens, Mary Burnett, who worked in the cafeteria, who now the cafeteria is our event hall. It's beautiful. Clinton Wright, who was a custodian, who kept up these floors. They still are beautiful. They are still beautiful. Juliet Thompson and Dolores Bryson, they call her Harry Legs. Well, anyway, those were our first teachers and our administrators at this school. And if you know where any of them are, if they still are alive, even if they're deceased, we need to hear from the students. If you know where these people are, if you hear your name and you're still alive, we need to hear from you, because in our African American Educational Heritage Museum, we're going to have a dedicate one whole section of this museum to the Piney Woods Elementary School alumni, including the administrators, and we're going to feature you all. So if you have any pictures of any of you guys, classmates, anything of that, yearbooks, anything that you have that you want to share with us for that section in our museum, please get a hold of us, because we're going to have a big reunion, and we're definitely going to feature our students and also give you an opportunity to give to this school. It's not a school anymore, y'all. It used to be a school, but we're still teaching here. So I guess in that light, in that vein, we're still a school, but we are now the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside, and we are doing great things. And we want to give you all a tour. We have an event hall here. We have a full bar. We have a full stage for concerts. We can do almost anything in our facility. That's without the tables. That's our bar area and our pool table area. We also have a thrift store, if we can pull that up. Our thrift store. Oh, yeah, we serve the poor. We serve everybody here. We've had major events here, major concerts. We've done our humanitarian award gala here. I'm telling you, we have something here that we want to share, and we've grown. We've had the United States president to come here and give us awards here at our facility. We have a garden out front, a community garden that we're growing all kinds of food and all types of I guess you would call it what do you call it, spices, all those kinds of things. We're doing a great job there. And I want to give a shout out to Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority under the leadership of our illustrious president, Latrice Curry, and all the young ladies that are here, because they have a community center here where they do things in the community out here and abroad and outside of Alton Park. So we want to thank them. I want to thank all of the folks who have done everything to empower Alton Park Development Corporation to do what it's been empowered or charged to do. All of our kids, they've been involved with all kinds of activities. We had Juneteenth. We're going to have Juneteenth again. I'm telling you all, this is where it's at. I want to thank our historical teacher, our historian, Mr. Bryant, who will be here starting February. That's our next class. If you're interested in enrolling in the African American History program, of course, please call us. Please reach out to us so that we can get you signed up and get the information sent out to you. We'll need your phone number, your name or contact information, your email, so that we can email you the application form to fill out, and you can send it back to us. For the class is going to start in February. In February, that's Black History Month. Y'all, we are just excited. And I want to remind you that the African American Historical and Education Museum is now featuring the Civil War. It is on exhibit now, and we have some great things for you all to tour. I know we've got some tours coming up. If you're interested in bringing a group through, please contact us with that information that we just had scrolling across the screen earlier so that we can get your organization lined up. It is free for students. It is $15 for adults. We want you all to enjoy the museum because we have a wonderful museum, a lot of history, and we want to share it with you. I want to thank Mr. John Edwards with the Chattanooga News Chronicle, who's known as the go-to person for Black history in this city and this community, for gracing us with a lot of the things that he's provided for the museum. I want to also thank Mr. Johnny Holloway for also providing us with the artifacts that we have in the museum. And anyone that is an artist, so it has Black art or have something to contribute to this museum, they want to put it on, you want to put it on loan or something like that, please reach out to us because it's all about educating the community. We have a full gallery where we could put your things on exhibit. The Civil War exhibit will be on exhibit all the way through the end of February. So please make that a to-do thing on your list to come in and view and tour the African American Museum, African American Educational and Heritage Museum, located at 701 Hooker Road. And also put it on your list to visit us. If you're interested in booking an event, let us book your special occasion, your special wedding. Oh my gosh, we just had a beautiful centenara last month, or this month, actually, this month. It was absolutely beautiful. If Michael have some of those pictures, it was like a full wedding. It was beautiful. I had an opportunity to be there and witness that event as well. And I'm telling you, once I saw how they decorated it up, I said, you know what? This event hall is absolutely beautiful. It is so much you can do with it. And it was just outstanding. From a live band performance, she had a saxophonist to do a solo to her, to serenade her. It was absolutely beautiful. So we thank you all for booking your event with us. We think that our prices are very, very good. I won't even say competitive because I don't think there's a event hall that's competing with us, because we want to make it available and we want to make it reasonable, but we also want to pay the bills. So book it with us. Come, let us give you a tour and let us show you all of our amenities that we have and how we can make it special for you. Your weddings, your anniversaries, your church events, your whatever you want to do, it can be done here at the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside Event Hall. We have also with our facility, we have the dental facility that we are providing care for those who need care here. And it's called our Dental Mercy Clinic. We also have our thrift store, Mama Lou's Thrift Store, and the American Legion. They have their suite out here. And I'm telling you, these men are doing wonderful things to give back to the community. Come visit them. Come visit their suite. And let them tell you all the things that they have available for you. If you have a veteran that's in your family, or if you're a veteran, you may want to join and become a part of what they do to give back to the community and to the veterans. I am just really, really proud of them. They just had a very successful bike drive where they gave free brand new bikes to kids for Christmas, and it was very successful. Alton Park Development Corporation donated some bikes as well to be a part of what they were doing, and it was very, very successful. So hats off to post number 0291, the American Legion, for all that you are doing and all that you have done and continue to do for this community. So I think that, well, next weekend, let me say that our Vice President of Sales and Marketing will be here live. She's coming all the way down from Birmingham, Alabama, Tion Cohill, and you'll get an opportunity to talk and meet with her as we go through the building and kind of walk you through, so you can actually get I call it a virtual tour in our facility and get a better view of what's going on in here. So that's going to be a very exciting day next week. And also, we're going to be bringing live on the show some very important people, people that make things happen. I call them shakers and movers on WPTP on what's happening in your neck of the woods next year. We're going to be engaging with our police department. We're going to be engaging with the Fraternal Order of Police. We're going to be engaging with the Sheriff Department. We're going to be engaging with the District Attorney's Office, because much of what we have to do with empowering our people and getting their record straight have to do with the, I call it law enforcement. So we will be engaging. We will be setting the standard in 2025 going forward. We'll also be working with banking institutions so that we can get you empowered with your banks and getting you set up to establish your businesses. We'll be working with Urban League. We're already working with Urban League. If you want a job and you want to set up your business, they have an amazing program with Urban League, and all you have to do is reach out to them. We hire our people through Urban League because Urban League is partnering with another agency to pay for your salaries. So we want workforce development is in the house. They're providing income through Urban League to employ and staff agencies like Alton Park Development Corporation with people who need jobs. So if you're needing a job, and we have plenty of opportunity here through our thrift store, we need you in our gift shop. We need you in our African American Educational Heritage Museum. We need you to work in our event hall. There's so many places here that you can work. That we need you to do things like janitorial services. We have a lot of opportunities here. So please check with us, email us, and let us know what your skills are, and let us get you lined up with a job with us, and we'll get you lined up with Urban League so we can get you employed. So anything else? Oh, our genre of music. We did the research. I think I told you all the last time I was here. We missed last week because I was on vacation with my family, enjoying the holidays. But our genre of music is still going to be jazz, but we're throwing in old school R&B and soul, and we are ready. Our engineers are ready. They are setting the record now, getting that music lined up. So 2025, y'all, it's going to be live and well at WPTP. The people have spoken. They said, Dr. Woods, we love jazz, but where's old school? Where's R&B? Where's that get down on it music? We want to hear some good music that we can enjoy even on the weekend. And we love jazz, but spice it up a little bit. And that's exactly what we are going to do. We're still the #1 jazz station. We're still going to be playing jazz. Brian Clay, who is our Jazzpirations show, I call him my star, on Friday night will still be there, but jazz will be featured mainly on Sunday and all day Monday. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's on and popping. And I know you all like that old school and that soul music and that R&B, and we've heard you loud and clear, and that's exactly what we're going to do in 2025. So that's all I have for today. Remember, reach out to us because we're going to be reaching back out to you every weekend. Next weekend, we're going to have our Vice President of Sales and Marketing live on the show. I'm excited about that. She's excited. She's coming down from Birmingham, Alabama, so you all can meet her in person. We were going to do her on a virtual interview today, but she's coming in person. So we'll have her right here, and we're going to be going through the building, allowing you all to tour with her and me so that you can see what's going on. I know you all want to know what's going on. Some of y'all haven't been here, and you're ready to see what's been going on. And I can tell you we're still doing some restoration. We're still needing you all to pour money into our organization. We've got some bathrooms to restore. We have a kitchen that we're updating as well. We've got part of that done. We are excited about that. We've got our folks in order, ready to do the work. We need you all to make some donations. You can make donations straight to us. You can go to Home Depot. You can go to Ace Hardware. You can go to, what's another one? Another store, Lowe's, and you can make contributions there. You can buy gift cards, whatever God puts on your heart. But we have got some more restorations to do, and we're going to do it. So the bathrooms is number one, because these bathrooms, they're 1963 bathrooms, and we have got to update our toilets. Somebody said they sitting down too low because it was built for little kids. It was age first grade through sixth grade. So we want to update those toilets and get those toilets up to standard for everybody. So we need your help. If you just want to buy a toilet, then next week we'll have the plumbing and the size toilet. I think we got that already. I sent that information out to, I don't know if I sent it to Michael, but I know I sent it to our engineers. We'll have the toilet size and where you can go purchase it or put money on the books for us to pay for it. We don't need the cash. We need you all to help us get the products that we need. Well, we need the cash, but I meant to say we need the cash, but we need you all to help us to buy the things as well. So either way you want to go, you can do that. And you can make the contributions directly to our website. And you can go online and do that. Or you can drop a check in the mail. Or I prefer you come in person and give it to us so we'll know we have that. And we are a 501c3. So anything that you donate, you can write that off. You're talking about economic empowerment. Stop just giving cash away and not getting nothing in return for what you're giving. So let's give with a purpose. And that's what we're going to be doing, asking you all to give with a purpose. Somebody said party with a purpose. No, we're going to give with a purpose. And so the purpose is to gain economic empowerment through what we do. Every dollar that you spend, you need to have a reason why you're doing it and why you're doing it and how you can get that right back in return. Okay? When you give money, figure out how you're going to get that right back, whether it's doubling it up, tripling it up, quadrupling it up. But we want to make sure that when you spend, you're spending and you're getting it back in some form or fashion. So with that, y'all know how I end my show. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. So we're going to go out and praise the Lord because we have a reason to praise the Lord. He still got us here. This is 2024. We're going into 2025. We're going in empowered. We're going in educated. We're going in engaging the community and getting this knowledge so that we won't perish for lack of knowledge. That's what the move is. We're going to get empowered through knowledge so that we don't perish for lack of it. Go visit a church tomorrow. You're always invited to come to my church at Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, where Pastor Paul Warfield Jr. is our pastor. And we get down there at Greater Emmanuel at 400 Tunnel Boulevard. So I dare you to come by and party with us. I'm talking about a Holy Ghost party at 400 Tunnel Boulevard, the big church that sits on the hill next to those apartments. We love to see you there. We love for you to come out and fellowship with us. And I'll see you on next Saturday. To God be the glory, and God bless you during this holiday season. God bless 2025 so that you will be empowered, more powerful, and yes, so that you will have more and more abundantly because of your decisions that you're making. Thank you, and God bless, and Happy New Year.